Hey guys, Kevin here. I'm 48 years old and I'm a family man. Uh, I have two grown kids of my own, and my daughter has a boy and is getting ready to have a girl. And family life is all I've ever known. And now I'm out here on my own and doing something different. It's there's a fly here. But that's all I've ever known is the family life, and I really miss them. I miss all my family, and today I've had to separate myself from everyone and everything I've ever known, and to learn about myself. Because where I come from, I wasn't doing it their way, and I couldn't do it my way. Not there. But I make these videos, hopefully to help someone else so they don't have to spend 48 years of their life in the dark. In this game of life. Which we all have to participate in, I'm trying to fully live in my truth, but there are ways that I fall away from that in order to participate in life. And I have to learn. I've had to learn all these things on my own. Many of you have. It's not been fun. It's not been easy. Especially leaving family behind. That I love dearly. But I realize it's temporary. It's a temporary thing. And I want to show them that there is another way. We don't have to live that way. There's another way. Now, basically, society forces you to live with lies and to live out of your truth. They support that. If you're not doing that, then you're not being supported. You're not getting the raises, the promotions, the jobs you wanted. That's just the truth of the matter. I'm not here to tell lies. I've not always lived in my truth. I'm just human. But some of us we just can't be fake. We can't live that way. And you don't have to. See, for the longest time, I didn't know that. I thought that the fake life was all there was. It took me a lot longer than most to wake up. And I know how painful that is and how discouraging. What's the word I'm looking for? Embarrassment. When you wake up and you realize that everyone around you has been playing along in a game that you were not invited consciously to play in, it's embarrassing. But rather than step into the lies and keep in, rather than promoting more lies, you can live in your truth. And that's been hard even for me, knowing that I want to, because it's almost like we have to play along in a game to exist here, because we're all the same, we're all one. That's the game, is the separation. But in order for us to experience that game, the separation, we can't be fully truthful with each other about it. That's the way the game came to be played. For so long, I've just wanted to be happy, live a happy life, treat each other well. And it's hard to do because those around you they don't think the same ways and they don't treat everyone well. For the longest time, that caused me to rebel, to act out. I wanted nothing more than to crush the system when I learned of its evil ways, although I had been a part of them. I have so much family, that's all I've ever known. The only family that I've known. And the only way that I can exist with them is to be fake. I did it for a long time, guys. Today, today, They're not with me. And they say they want to be with me, but they don't want to live in the truth. And I understand, because that's hard. Even when you want to do it. Being truthful about everything, I can't do it with myself on a daily basis because of my conditioning. I strive for it, try. But there are so many little unconscious things that go on. Out of programming, that it's really hard to do that. If you're being honest with yourself, you try to be honest with yourself in everything. Most of us, you won't do it. We have to learn better ways. You have to have these conversations with yourself and say, how honest am I going to be? How true can I be with myself? How true do I want to be with myself? Because I got to be honest, guys, even though I don't condone the atmosphere that I was in, and I don't agree with living that way, being fake, to live fully in your truth is pretty intense. It's something that I've never known before, and I'm learning. And it comes down to certain things I have to figure out whether I want to live truthfully. Sometimes when things come to me to work on, to fix, to analyze, I have to say, is this something that I want? And if it is, then I start learning. I work through it, work with it. I've never considered myself to be a fully truthful person. I knew all the bigger things, and not just the bigger things, but all the things that seemed to matter, I wanted to be truthful about. The ones that matter the most. But every little thing, no, I didn't actually want to be a good guy. I needed some of that bad boy, for protection maybe. And today, I don't know how to let go of all that yet. There's still some of that I hold on to. Maybe it's for protection, maybe it's for character. Regardless, I want to be a good person. I want to help others. Also want to protect myself from others that mean harm. And that means discernment. in areas that I've not been willing to take the time and see truthfully. So I was in a habit of just consistently giving my power away. And I didn't care because, honestly, it didn't matter to me. I just didn't want to argue. I didn't want to fight. Just wanted to be happy. So when it comes down to it, no, I'm not 100% good. I don't want, everything can't be that way. We have to have both. It has to be a balance. And the good things will come. They will shine through bright whenever you're focusing on them. But all the rest of it, it's still there too. It has to be dealt with in your own way, figured out your own way, put in perspective in your own way. I'm going to pause here for a second, guys. Be right back. Back. I still like to be a bad boy sometimes. But I like to use that for good. I like to try to use that for the greatest good that I can. And sometimes life calls for that. For myself, I got carried away with it. I let it ruin my reputation. I've been rebuilding myself from that ground zero. And maybe I will get my sorry. Back, sorry. Maybe I'll get my respect back. Because that's one thing that I walked away without. When I left home, didn't have respect. I'm not sure where I'm going today. But wherever I go, I want to have that respect. So this has been a big process of learning to change myself. And that's the goal that I want to see come true for me. I get that respect back. I will know that I'm excuse me, I will know that I'm at home. Learning to speak up for myself is where it's going to come from. I'm trying to learn to speak on camera, which I've never been able to do that before. Never wanted to. I just wanted to hide before. So I was tired of fighting. I'm ready to laugh and live. Love. Spent too much time without all that. It's hard for me as I sit out here talking to you guys not to be serious, not to be too serious. And it's been too long since I've seen the good. I've been out here on my own for months. It's the middle of July. I think since May, beginning of May. No, since I don't know. I moved out at the end of March, but I didn't leave. Didn't leave my hometown maybe until April, end of April. I've been alone all this time. I've talked to very few people in person. And there's good reasons for that. Because I couldn't trust anyone. It's very hard to do yet today. Just put yourself out there to trust anyone. But I have to learn to do that. Every time that I've done that, it results in an attack, some form of humiliation ritual. And if I cared, was really worried about that, I would be tore up all the time thinking about that. Because there's been a lot of it. It's because I've allowed it. But how do you not allow it when you want to open up and put yourself out there? You have to be vulnerable. And when you do that, you will be attacked. Laughed at, mocked. But that's fine. That's okay. That helps me. That helps you grow too. That helps you get stronger. I got to a point, where I didn't care. I had to throw my hands in the air. And that attitude saved me to an extent. Helped me get out of a place where I wasn't welcome any longer. And then, when I got some distance, put some distance between that, my home, things started getting more real for me again, and I started developing worries and cares about things that I had no business worrying about. Then I had to regroup. I couldn't just turn back into the person that I had become, because that's not who I wanted to be. I was fighting everything. So I had to learn to grow. This is really tough out here. I left everything I had. Everything I had ever worked for. Materially, and all the people. Now I sit in a place where no one knows me. I have no friends. Sometimes I wonder why I'm sitting here. What am I doing? And I have to regroup. I have to remember there's a God. There is a Most High. He has shown himself clearly to me through this whole thing. I'm not religious, but I do believe in God. He has helped me through this. I know there's a lot of you out there struggling. I don't know how many of you have gone through what I've been through, but probably more than I can imagine. And are struggling. It's just not right, It's not right that we're out here with nowhere to live, no home. Been days, since I've had a place to shower or but I have a vehicle. I have a roof. I'm fortunate for that. Just try to stay grateful for that. And my health. There's so many things that I overlook. I guess family has been on my mind, my conscience, my heart. So I'm used to having an abundance of family in my life. Always something going on. Never was there time to think for yourself, really. And I miss that. It's, if you have kids and they all pack up and go to the beach without you, and you're at home, that quiet is hard to live with. Even though you need it, and you know you need it, when they're gone, it's like, what do I do? So that's been really tough. I know it's been tough on my family, and I hate that. I hate that. We'll meet again. We'll meet again soon. I love you guys. When we do, it's going to be with respect. I don't know. I've been blabbing here for quite some time. I love you guys. Love you all. I wasn't always this loving person. Not in this way. I was a caring, loving person, but I let the distractions around me influence my actions. And the negative vibrations, the negative fake people influence my actions. And today I'm changing that. I'm not allowing that to happen. I'm changing things. So I love you guys. Bye for now.